In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector, we'd like to show you how to use a tool called AI Reframe, available for PowerDirector 365 users. This tool is one which does not require any credits, which is great. It's amazingly effective, and it can help you do some interesting things. Let me show you what you can do with it. First of all, I'm going to click on it by clicking on the Gen AI in the upper left corner of my screen. And from the drop-down, I'm going to click on the Auto Reframe. Now what it does is it takes you to your file system. So when I go to my file system, I navigate to the video I want to use, and I click on it. It will not simply look in your media room or on your timeline. It will send the output to your timeline if you want. I'm going to click on the same clip that I had on the screen before, and this is the source of it, and click on Open. Now the first time you use this, it will load some code, then you will get this screen basically advertising what it can do. Then click Don't Show Again if you don't want to see it. I'll just close the screen. Now you have the option of outputting in several aspect ratios. If you choose the same ratio as the original clip, nothing will happen. I'm going to take the most challenging one, which is the smallest output, which would be this 9:16. And we have three options on the tracking: slow, default, or fast. When I click on this little information circle, I discover the slow is for the subject not moving much. Default is for almost everything, and fast is when you have sports or something like that. We'll close up that information window. So in this case, let's go from the 16:9 native to 9:16, and I'll click on default, and then I click on analyze. Now one thing I notice is that if you want to reanalyze a clip, you have to close and reopen the program. You can't analyze it twice in the same iteration, but that's the only limitation. It doesn't take too long, and when it's finished, we'll resume. Okay, it's finished, and here's what it's doing. You can see the preview in the upper right corner of the screen. And it does a pretty decent job of following the main moving object on the screen. I've discovered if you have multiple moving objects, it can get confused. It can move from one to another and back and forth. So you want to make sure in your source video that the object that you want to concentrate on is very clear. So when I'm done with it, I can click on either export, which will take it to my file system. I identify where I want to put it, or simply add to timeline. Let's use that. It's going to add the edited clip to my timeline. Again, it doesn't do anything to the original source clip, so that's a good thing. And it doesn't take long in this particular case. And now when I look at my project, I find I have it added in the media room. This is the source material, by the way, and this is the other one. I have it in the media room, and we watch these to do their thing and get into the water. That's how it works on that kind of clip. Now you can go the other way as well. Let me show you a couple examples. We're going to do the tool again. Click on AI Auto Reframe. I'll navigate to another location, and let's try this clip. I'll turn off the nag screen here. In this case, we are a 9:16. We don't want to use that, but let's try that to convert it into a 16:9. And I'll use the default again for analysis in this case, and click on Analyze. And so this is very short, but you notice what the result is. I now have a 16:9, and it's focused on the guy who's jumping in the center. So it works pretty well in either case. I could add that to the timeline if I wanted to. Let me try another one with a lot of action. So I'm going to click on it for a third time. We use Auto Reframe. I'll navigate again. I'm going to try this cyclist. This is a very fast shot. And here let's go to fast. And let's do a 9:16 to make it most challenging, and click on Analyze. And this is what it does. And there's the output. We'll play it again so you can see it again. Does a pretty decent job of focusing on the center of attention, and we can add it to the timeline again if we wanted to. And then of course it would add it as well to the media room. So that's how you can use this tool to crop something in motion, especially in one of your videos in PowerDirector 365.